Hare Krishna. Namo Avyaktāya Sukshmāya Pradhana Purushāya Ca Chaturvimshat Gunāgyāya Guna Sankhyana Hetave. I offer my respectful obeisance unto you, the Supreme Person, being very subtle. You are never visible to the material eyes. You are the knower of the 24 elements. You are the inaugurator of the Sankhya Yoga system. This is very popular, Sankhya studies. Sankhya is propounded originally by Kapila Muni, son of Devahuti. And there is another person who named himself Kapila and said, I am that incarnation. Prabhupada said, no, he is an imposter. Therefore, Prabhupada wrote a book, Teachings of Lord Kapila, son of Devahuti. He was so careful what he is doing. Because there is, if you go to, most of all the spiritual organizations are impersonal. And they use the book of Sankhya, written by atheist Kapila. Prabhupada knew it. Therefore, Prabhupada specifically wrote a book apart from Bhagavatam, an extract from Bhagavatam, Teachings of Lord Kapila, son of Devahuti. Clearly, son of Devahuti. And whenever Kapila name come, even in Bhagavad Gita, in the 2nd chapter, 39 verse, Prabhupada mentioned there is an atheist Kapila also, who is an imposter. And the teachings are, he takes the teaching, just like so many things are done in that way, Ardha Kukuti Nyaya. He takes the teachings of the 24 elements, doesn't talk about God. So many people are very much interested because the Sankhya is very exciting. If you read Sankhya, it comes in the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam. So who is this Kapila Muni, son of Devahuti? There was one personality called Kardama. Here we are dealing with Kashyapa, that is Kardama. Kardama Muni. A very great sage, one of the Prajapati sons of Brahma. I was doing lot of tapasya. And even though he was doing lot of tapasya, he had a desire, I think I get married. Nothing wrong, his heart was pure, but he was feeling I should have a company of a wife. Now, he gets the darshan of the Lord. In fact, Lord is very happy with this tapasya, and they get darshan of the Lord. And Lord blesses him with various things. And he said, you will soon get married. So Krishna takes care of his desire. He didn't have to run around. And Swayambhuva Manu, who is one of the great personalities, personally came there with his daughter. And he said, I want you to marry my daughter. Kardama Muni accepted. And he was busy in his tapasya. And she was assisting him, doing all the ashram cleaning and all. And she became very thin, very thin, doing tapasya. So Kardama Muni, after some days, he realized, my God, my wife is a queen. She's come from the palace of a king. So sincerely she's serving me. I neglected everything, her food, her clothing, everything. She's become so thin. So anyway, he was an extremely powerful sage. So what he did? He created an aeroplane which was as big as a city. I mean, today they don't know how to do that. That is his power. A huge aeroplane, almost city with all kind. Just like we have cruise ship, he created cruise aeroplane kind. And his wife, he gave all the comforts. He showed us the whole universe. Basically, he was feeling obliged, but also now he wanted to go for spiritual realization. And finally, he gave her 9 beautiful daughters. And after that, when he was going away, the wife was happy in one sense that she got so many beautiful children. At the same time, she was feeling pain because husband is going away. It was almost his 50th year. And the Vedic times, today there are no forest to go. Vedic time, 50 years, they will go to Vanvas. So he wanted to go. So she felt, no, you are not done, completed work. He said yes. He gave her then one son. And as had been for Kardama, Lord had told Kardama Muni, I'll come as your son. So now that's why in his heart the desire for a wife got dovetailed in Krishna. He bore Lord as the son. So Lord came as his son, and that is Kapila Muni. And when his son was born, after some time, he met his son, offered him prayer. He knew his God himself, offered him prayers, and he said, I'm going now. So interesting thing is, at his home, son, God is there, but he's going to Vanvas to search for God. He said, no, I'll follow my duty because he is giving an example that everybody should take Vanaprastha. So he offered obeisances to Kapila Muni and went for Vanvas. Now Devahuti had been previously instructed by Brahma that when you get a chance, you will have a God as a son, take instructions from him. Now when she takes opportunity and asks her son about Krishna consciousness, and the son elaborately explains about Sankhya. This is how the Sankhya is born. And Sankhya means counting. We have senses for perception, we have senses for action, and 5 sense objects. That become 15. 5 senses of perception: eyes, nose, mouth, ears, skin. 5 objects of perception, that is form, that is sound, that is smell, that is taste and touch. Take care. Rupa, Sparsha, Gandha, like that. Then there are 5 senses for output, action: hand, legs, mouth, anus, genital. 5 input, 5 output, 5 object senses. This become 15. Then Pancha Mahabhuta, earth, water, fire, ether. That become 20. Mind, intelligence, false ego, 23. Okay, easy. 5th one, 24th one is sometimes taken as Pradhana, or the 3 modes. This is also the creation in the metal energy. So this becomes 24th. 25th is the soul. 26th is God. This is Sankhya, means count. Why do we count? Because I can understand I am not these 24 elements. I am not earth, I am not water, I am not eye, I am not leg. Basically we are separating ourselves. We are being totally in a network of, this world is like a world, we are identifying ourselves with this body, but the body is made of what? The Pancha Mahabhuta. So I am not that. Body is made of what? The senses. I am not that. A body is made of the sense objects. So everything I dissociate with. So finally remains this pure soul, which is a servant of the Lord. This is called Sankhya system. And the Sankhya system is very elaborate. In fact, most of the Mayavadis, that's what they teach in their ashram. Therefore, people who are intellectually oriented, they get excited when they hear about Sankhya. Actually, when you are seeing, your eyes are interacting with the sense object. There is interaction happening with this. All people are very interested, and it is attractive even to scientists. Sankhya is very wonderful. But what people teach is only the Sankhya system, and they do not talk about God. They disconnect it from God. And we say this is not correct to do that. To look at anything, we should look at it with connection to God. Never disconnect it from God. But atheistic system does it. So therefore we are not happy with what atheist Kapila says. Real Kapila, after explaining elaborately the Sankhya system, connects it to devotion service. It talks about worship of the deities also. It talks about pure devotion service. And his mother is hearing, she enjoys. And then Kapila Muni, she becomes fully self-realized. Her husband was also Kardama Muni, great soul. She is very fortunate. And now her son, she got personality of God itself as the son. And hearing him, she becomes fully self-realized. Very unique situation. Her son becomes the guru for the mother. And the next, he leaves the home. And Kapila Muni has various pastimes. And what are the most famous pastimes? Kapila Muni, other pastime. Anybody knows? Ganga. Famous pastime of Ganga is connected to Kapila Muni. So what happens when king is there? Who is the king? Sagar. So this Sagar king is doing Ashwamedha Yagna, and as usual Indra has it again. We discussed in Prithu time also he stole the horse. Again he stole the horse. So then, and he left it in the ashram of Kapila somewhere there, and he ran away. And the Sagar had 2 wives, and he had from one of the wife 60,000 sons. We can't conceive today, but it is possible. These people are not ordinary, extraordinary powerful people. 60,000 sons. Today people hear, they think it is legend. It's not legend. Legend has been mythology. The legend of Krishna. Never read all those things. These are not good words. It's a fact. He had 60,000 children. Now these sons were searching. They could not. Finally they saw the horse in the ashram of Kapila Muni. And Kapila Muni is in deep meditation. They all raised their weapons thinking he has stolen the horse. And the sage has, disturbed Ashwamedha Yagna. Kapila Muni is in tapasya mood. He is not in a mood to lift weapons. Just by his power, tejas, all the 60,000 are burnt. And their bodies fall there. With their bones and all. Almost ashes. Then what happens is, the other sons of they search for them, and they locate. Oh my God, his hair. And then they ask Kapila Muni, what can be done? Kapila Muni says, see, these unnecessarily idiots, they have died. Now, he said, no, that's fine, but is there any way? They have died, is fine, it's dead, but can they be delivered? Is there any way they can be delivered? He said, yes, by the water of Ganges. I said, okay. Now, how to get Ganges? So now in the dynasty of Sagar, effort starts to bring down the Ganges. One after another. So dedicated to deliver the forefathers. One generation, second generation, Bhagirathi is the third generation. One generation, full tapasya, he does tapasya whole life, Ganges is not pleased, he dies. Second person begins the tapasya, not possible. Ganges doesn't. Third one, Bhagirathi, very sincerely does the tapasya, Ganges is very pleased. Said, okay, what do you want? Now I know that who you are. From the Vamana outstretched the second step that tore through the covering of the universe. So outside the universe is the spiritual world, correct? From that you have come down. And the water emanating from you can bathe the spirits, save the whole world. So kindly be kind. come down and save my forefathers. So Ganges said, okay, that's fine, but my water is very forceful. I may go through the earth and fall in the patala and below. So is there any way I may disturb the whole earth? Actually, Ganges is coming down. We can't see. They are very limited. So then I said, what to do? So she said, you try to ask Lord Shiva. He has the power to hold me. So I asked Lord Shiva, and he very happily agrees because he's a great devotee. He says, okay, I'll do that. So therefore Lord Shiva holds the Ganges on his, takes the force of the Ganges that it falls, and then gradually it falls on earth. These are all beyond our perception. And then as the Ganges, he takes his chariot and starts running. And the Ganges is coming behind, the river is coming behind, correct? Making its course. And he's taking the river where? To where the ashes are there. And that is how he brings the water there. And then after that, his forefathers get liberated. So this is what happens. This is a big story of Ganges. Even more is there. The Ganges is also called Jahnavi. There is, if you go in Mayapur, Navadip, there is Jambudeep. And that is the place that say Jahnavi, Janava was doing great tapasya. And the Ganges washed away with Achman cup. We have the Achman cup. Pujaris will be doing cut. That got washed away. He said, give my Achman cup. River did not listen. He was very powerful sage. He drank all the water. So then people prayed to him, don't do all this. This Ganges should be there for the good of the world. Then it came out of him. And therefore because it came out of him, it is called Jahnavi, the daughter of Janava sage. These are all extraordinary things. Very powerful sages could do all this kind of things. But anyway, our main point was that Ganges is extremely pure. Anybody take bath in the Ganges, he does not make the Ganges dirty. Rather, Ganges get purified. So this is the Kapila Muni's instance. So Kapila Muni's instructions are very powerful. In fact, his instructions are full of pure devotion. Some of the important instruction we always remember, he says, my devotees are not interested in anything. They are not interested even in Vaikuntha Dhama. They are just interested, they enjoy taking pleasure in devotion service. There's so many beautiful instruction he gives to his mother. This is the compilation. In fact, many chapters go on the teachings of Kapila Muni to his mother in the Bhagavatam, in the 3rd canto. And something very interesting he explains is the development of the child in the womb of the mother. That is Kapila Muni explaining, which is totally shocking. He explains how the child develops in the womb without endoscopy, without any scan of today. Every week by week, the development of the child is explained very nicely. This is also the part of Bhagavatam, and it's very interesting. And most important part in the development of the child, he says the child remembers, first thing he says about the difficulty in the womb, which modern science doesn't talk about. How much the child which has consciousness, which develops in the 7th lunar month, feels uncomfortable in the womb, tight bag like this, in a dark place, totally dark. He can't see anything outside. How much uncomfortable he is. And then he talks about how this child in that uncomfortable position is given by the memory by the Lord of last 100 births. These all information we cannot get from science. This only you'll get from the Shastra. He said after getting darshan with last 100 lives, being in such an uncomfortable position, the child definitely understands futility of what he is doing anyway. Correct? Growing, dying, 100 times. He was this. And then he offers beautiful prayers to the Lord. We have a video, it shows that. Amazing prayers he offers the child to the Lord. And then he's born. But then when he promises the Lord that this life I'll be very serious. So actually no child is a fool. He's a small child. He has offered, just now offered prayers to the Lord, I'll come out. And totally surrendered himself to the Lord. That my Lord, this life I'll totally serve you. Just like every day we make decision and don't do. The same way, the child also makes a big decision to become very sincere in the womb. But then he comes out and he gets distracted again. So anyway, these are our wonderful instructions of Kapila Muni in the Bhagavatam. So we should take opportunity to read them. In fact, when we have time, take up one portion. Today I read Kapila, but it's not going to be easy. Many chapters. It is going to take hours and hours. But then you can absorb an incarnation, what he is going to teach. Srila Prabhupada ki.
International Society for Krishna Consciousness, or ISKCON, propagates Yuga Dharma of chanting of Mahamantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, introduced by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Mayapur near Kolkata 500 years ago. Furthering this cause, Srila Prabhupada established ISKCON in 1966 in New York, USA. A group of devotees led by His Grace Nishtha Das came to Mangalore to propagate the message of Srila Prabhupada. Mangalore being temple city, people are pious and God-fearing, have welcomed Krishna consciousness wholeheartedly. ISKCON Mangalore established worship of Sri Sri Radha Govind at Nantur. Since then, this temple has been the epicenter of spiritual activities in and around Mangalore. The center itself follows a strict routine of pujas and offerings to the deities, their lordship Sri Sri Radha Govind. Mangalore being an educational hub, youth from all over India throng this city, which opens a vast opportunity to educate them in ancient spiritual knowledge and inculcate in them Vedic values. Devotees from ISKCON Mangalore are traveling all the colleges, and the students are very much appreciative and are vastly benefited. ISKCON Radha Govind Temple Mangalore is organizing many youth festivals and spiritual pilgrimages. Thousands of Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic literatures are being distributed among the youth community. Radha Govind Temple has been organizing public festivals like Janmashtami, Gaura Purnima, Ramanavami, Narsimha Jayanti in large scale, where thousands of people participate and get benefited spiritually. Our beloved spiritual master Srila Prabhupada have left us with wonderful treasure in the form of his books. His books have transformed the life of millions of people around the world. These books are available in all languages of the world, and ISKCON today is the world's largest publisher of Vedic books. ISKCON Mangalore has been distributing these books to the public of Mangalore via door-to-door campaigns, stalls in temple festivals, and through Sankirtan van. Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam classes are being telecasted in local TV channels and are also available on YouTube. ISKCON Radha Govind Temple, Mangalore welcomes you all to come and participate in various spiritual activities and be benefited. You are also invited to come and taste the spiritual atmosphere and interact with the devotees by staying in the temple premises for few days. Hare Krishna. To receive daily classes right on your mobile, please WhatsApp to 8383855114. You can also join video conference on weekends by contacting the above number. Our website www.iskonmangaluru.com. Hare Krishna.